thrill and an honor to be here tonight, is what most of you are probably thinking. Way to start out strong, assholes. I'm an amateur comic, and I'm Asian. I'm an amateur Asian, which I feel sounds more like a popular U-porn category. I'm actually only half Japanese. I know in these lights I look like I'm 300% Japanese. But when you grow up half Japanese, everybody treats you like you're like full-blown Japanese, like you just rode a fucking boat over. And it's weird because you get all the stereotypes. People are like, hey, are you good at math? Like, no, I'm not good at math. Do you know karate? No, I don't know karate. Do you have a really tiny penis? No comment. But the weird thing is like, when I met my wife, like, when we first started dating, like, she assumed that I would have a tiny penis. And, that was a weird setup. After we first started becoming intimate, she told me that, she's like, yeah, I went and told my friends that you're not as small as I thought you would be. Like, okay. And then she just kept looking at me and she was like smiling. She's like, not as small, you know? I was like, are you waiting for like a compliment? Or a thank you? Because that's not a fucking compliment. Told them that I'm gigantic. Hey Ryan, thanks for showing up, buddy. Good. Handsome. I work in the produce department of a grocery store, and I fucking hate it. I hate it because you always have people complaining about stupid shit constantly. Like, I had an older lady, she was probably 103. She said that she wasn't going to buy grapes anymore because they taste old. I was like, taste old? Like, you're fucking old. So they taste like your mouth? It's probably just your tongue that you're tasting. It's probably not the grapes. Like, the grapes aren't as old as your teeth. People complain about the price of bananas. Like, seriously, people complain about the price of bananas. Like, just fucking think about that for a second. Bananas are the only fruit in the world that are consistently under $1 a pound, and people complain about the price of bananas. They don't grow in Mexico or Southern California. They grow in fucking Ecuador, which is by the equator, and people complain about the price of bananas. Like, my couch can afford bananas. People get mad that they're 79 cents a pound. Sometimes they complain because they're still green. They say, these bananas are not ripe enough. How am I supposed to eat these? They're still green. So it's like they're mad that the fruit got all the way from Ecuador too quickly. That just seems weird to me. Let's see. I recently found out that my wife is pregnant. I was awesome that night too. But when I found out my wife is pregnant, my first thought was like, man, that sucks. And then, like, don't judge me. I don't mean that it sucks like I don't want to be a dad or I don't want to have a kid. I just mean that it sucks that her body will never look the same again. I love to tell that joke because it just hits groans every time. It's our first kid. We don't really know what to expect, so we've been reading a lot of baby books, and she told me that she can't scoop the cat litter box anymore because she could get toxoplasmosis, which is a parasitic disease that could harm the baby. And I was like, well, that's a fucking hassle for me. Like, I gotta bust my ass all day at work dealing with old bitches complaining about grapes, and now I got fucking chores waiting for me at home. It's pretty selfish of her. One of the biggest pieces of advice in the baby book that I thought was funny was it says, let your wife initiate sex in the first trimester. Let it be up to her. And it's like, well, first of all, when is it not up to her? Like, there's never been a time where I came home from work and she was like, thank God you're home. Like, every time we have sex, it's like negotiating a hostage situation. But But anyways, I have to let it be up to her because the book says that she's not always in the mood in the first trimester because she has a lot of nausea and she has some gas, some bloating, some breast tenderness, hemorrhoids, vaginal discharge. And I was like, not in the mood. He says it's up to her. Maybe I'm not fucking in the mood. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was still in at breast tenderness, but vaginal discharge, I'm out. But when you have a kid on the way, it kind of makes you wonder, like, what kind of father will I be? What kind of dad will I be? And I want to be just like my dad. He's the coolest dad ever. He's sitting right there. But he's a real good guy, and I just want to be like him. You know, he was the best man at my wedding, just a good guy. But occasionally he can be a little embarrassing. And it's like people say, well, what's the most embarrassing thing that he does? And honestly, it's order food at a Mexican restaurant. I swear to God, he'll go, I'll take a beef taco. Beef taco. How about a chicken chimichanga? Chicken chimichanga sounds delicious. Is your chili relleno, is that spicy? The chili relleno? Is that spicy? I don't expect him to sound like Enrique Iglesias, but holy shit. He sounds like an old white guy. But he's an old white guy. You ever have like a weird medical condition that's kind of embarrassing and you don't want to see a doctor about it because it's in your asshole? I mean, you're concerned because you think maybe it's like cancer or something, you know? I should probably get it checked out, but I really don't want them up my asshole. Well, on a related story, I recently did a Google search of bloody poop. And all the search results were like these weird Asian porn websites. And I thought, this is weird, you know, like, who looks at this? It's pretty disgusting, but I took a look anyways, just to see what it was like. And honestly, like, it disgusted me. Like, I just thought, it's not erotic. I don't know who gets off on this stuff. I don't know who would look at it. I don't know why I gave him my credit card number. I feel dehydrated. But anyways, that's when I remembered, like, I still don't have an answer to my medical concern. But I have my doctor's email address. I remember that. I'll just email my doctor. That's a cool feature. I can email my doctor. And so I write up an email, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, you know, this is confusing. I don't sound very smart. I wish I knew more medical terms. I wish I knew another word for pus. So I sent it off anyway. You know, another word for pus. That's a weird word. So I sent it off anyways, and I was just thinking, like, it's confusing, but my only regret was I wish that I could have seen the look on my doctor's face when he opened up his inbox and he had a message from me that read, "Hey doc, need to make an appointment. I have a pussy butthole." A pussy butthole. And the doctor's like, a pussy butthole? What is that? Is that slang? Like, are the kids calling something a pussy butthole? Does he mean pussy butthole? How do you spell pussy? Is it the same as pussy? Okay, last one. You guys seem to be digging the doctor stuff. Anybody here watch the hit television program, The Dr. Oz Show? Nobody? One guy in the back? Anyway, so I was watching The Dr. Oz Show recently, and he gave some good health advice that I could finally follow. He said that you can greatly, men, this is an important part of the joke, I should emphasize men, you can greatly reduce the risk of getting prostate cancer if you ejaculate over 25 times a month. When I heard that, I was like, not only will I never get prostate cancer, but I think I can cure it just by shaking your hand. That's my time. Thank you very much.